Shabbat Shalom. This week we read Parshat Noach, and one of the great misunderstandings of the Parsha by many modern people, this certainly was not the understanding of the tradition, is that the story of Noah is seen as a beautiful children's fable, and it's not. This is a story for adults, and I want to explore that aspect of it with you this morning. Many of us know the famous midrash that explains the phrase that Noah was a righteous man in his time, that it is explained in two ways. One says, even in his time, when it was so difficult to be righteous, Noah was a righteous man. The other says, it means that Noah was only righteous in his time. Had he been living in another time, let's say the time of Abraham, he wouldn't have been seen quite as righteous. Now let's explore that for a moment. For what was the great difference between Noah and Avraham Avinu, Abraham our father? The great difference is God says to Noah, build an ark for I'm going to destroy the world. Noah builds the ark. God says to Abraham, I'm going to destroy the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, and Abraham argues with him. Abraham tries to stop him. Abraham tries to stand up for the people who are going to be destroyed. In other words, Noah's concerns were parochial. Abraham's concerns were for everyone. Very often, people will quote a very famous saying of Hillel, but they'll only quote the first line. The first line is, Im ein ani li mili, if I'm not for myself, who will be for me? But they forget that the second line is Im ani rak la'atzmi ma ani, if I am only for myself, what am I? You may have heard a rumor, and the rumor is true, that a week from Tuesday there's going to be an election. I would suggest that no matter who we vote for, and I'm not making this a political statement in terms of any candidate or one candidate or the other, but whoever we vote for, that we vote like Avraham and not like Noah. That we don't just vote for our own parochial concerns, but we vote for whichever candidate we believe is going to be better for everyone. That is what our tradition teaches us. By the way, our tradition also teaches us that to vote is in and of itself a mitzvah, because we are commanded to create a world that is better than the one that we found. And one way in which we can do this is by voting for the person whom we think will accomplish that goal the best. So let us, I pray, vote like Abraham and not like Noah. And we now continue with the Torah reading on page 30.